Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. So today we're going to talk about a verse from the Quran that describes some of the scientific evidence, but in an interesting way, looking at how somebody's belief and how this is associated with their comfort or their breathing, which is an interesting concept. So in Surah Al-An'am, which is Surah number 6, in verse 125, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فمن يرد الله أن يهديه يشرح صدره للإسلام ومن يرد أن يضله يجعل صدره ضيقا حرجا كأنما يصعد في السماء كذلك يجعل الله الرجس على الذين لا يؤمنون. So whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to guide, He will open his heart to Islam. But whoever He wills to leave astray, He will make his chest tight and constricted as if somebody is climbing up into the sky. This is how Allah dooms those who disbelieve, or this is how Allah makes the foulness of those who do not believe, or this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the penalty on those who refuse to believe. These are different meanings to the word of ar-rijz, but it is mostly a negative calamity. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here, that Allah gives the guidance. Allah chooses people based on their sincerity, based on their previous work, previous understanding of the previous understanding of Allah and reaching out to Him, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide them. And when they are guided and they become Muslim or into Islam, then that is when their heart or their chest is opened. And when that is open, it means, it has a lot of meaning. Yashrah in Arabic means inspire. It means happiness. It means content, satisfaction. This is a very loaded word in Arabic that is, in English here it says guide, or they use guide, but it really has a much more deeper meaning than just guide. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not saying yahdi, yashrah means like when you have a fresh breath of air, you feel your heart is open, your chest is open and fresh. That is, it's referring to the chest here. You see in the translation, one translation used the word heart, another said the breast, that means the chest, and another one also said the breast. So that the chest here refers to the inner, the metaphysical, not just the physical, not just your chest. That is when somebody becomes into Islam, or Allah guides to Islam, that is their feeling. And on the opposite side, or on the flip side, those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to misguide, He will make their chest, again referring here to the inner chest, or the spiritual chest, not just the physical, makes it tight, very tight and constricted, as if somebody going up into the sky. This is where I want to kind of emphasize, how could anybody at that time know if they go up in the sky that the pressure will become so strong on their chest? They couldn't, because they didn't have any machine to fly with and go high. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, whoever goes into the sky, they will have their chest constricted. They can't breathe. And this is now a well-known scientific fact. That's why we have pressurized airplanes, space rockets, or anything of that sort. No one can survive unless they are in that pressurized situation so that they can breathe and their chest can not be restricted. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing those who are misguided, that this is their feeling. Their chest is tight, constricted. They are feeling not happy. They are not feeling in a comfortable way of breathing because of their misguidance, just like somebody who goes up into the sky. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he gave these examples, these are some of the ways that we now in science discovers and say, okay, now we understand what this means. No one at that time, of course, understood more than that they will be tight-chested, but they didn't link this to the actual science and evidence. So these are some of the examples we learn that have so many meanings. First, it reinforces that this is the word of Allah. It cannot be that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ knew about this, absolutely not. Second, it gives examples of what Islam does to us. It helps us, relieves us from the pressures and the stress that everyday life we face. It means also that it is going to help people deal with depression, deal with stress, and deal with other aspects by becoming Muslims. So these are some of the things that we are missing, even as fellow Muslims, not understanding the true meaning of Islam, not understanding how it could help us overcome calamities. And in many verses, the same thing says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no one who believes in Allah will give up on Allah. No one who is going to be in despair if they believe in Allah. The same thing here. Those who are guided to become Muslims, they will be forever happy. They will be forever happy if they believe and realize the value of what they have. And those who are misguided, they will always be in that situation of not inner peace, not happy, regardless of what they have. And whatever they feel inside, they don't have that inner peace. I was just kind of looking at a TEDx from a woman who was the daughter of a priest and became a Muslim. And she was telling her story. She's in Minnesota. She's saying that she studied all religions and realized that Christianity is not something that she could follow, so she became an atheist. And then until in graduate study, she met fellow Muslims who were international students, Muslims from Somalia as well as from Pakistan. And the word she said, the most notable thing that I noticed is that they have that inner peace in them. And that inner peace intrigued her and made her curious about why do they have that inner peace and calmness. And that drew her to study more about Islam and learn about it. And she became a Muslim now and a very well leader in Islam and interfaith. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us this to overcome our challenges, and this verse also to help us understand what value we have and how it could help us, and that no matter what we seek in this life, it is going to be temporary relief. The happiness will be temporarily, whether it's fun going out, even if it's halal, even if it's going and having something, not doing a haram party or going with friends, it's okay, but it's always temporarily. While somebody who has that inner peace and reliance on Allah and love towards Allah, and inspiration by reading the Quran, listening to the Quran, and learning about Islam. All of these are going to help us become what is described here by Allah, that our breast or chest will be open, inspired, compared to those whose chest will be tightened and difficult for them to breathe. So inshallah, we benefit from this, and remember the blessings that we have by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon us by becoming Muslims, and not just Muslims, but also Muslims who are living Islam, not just by name, but by practice. Assalamu alaikum.